It's not very common that one has the chance to stand tall and save a friend's life. But that's just what I did when a man whom I knew was stabbed in the back with a knife. I couldn't believe how others cowered. I watched them running just like rats, scared off as they were of doing what's right by bullies wearing stained white hats. So it was then that I knew this was a man I'd help save. For once in my life I was brave. From the time you were born, I've taught you right from wrong. Did my best to raise you to be strong. Like Huck Finn, you'll soon take flight to the territory you will light. Before you go, hear the message from my song. Should your troubles accrue, what Whitman wrote, it still is true. I cannot travel this long road for you. If you need a hand to pull you through, you won't be one, we will be two. And I'll stay outside your room throughout the night. On the matter of aging, metaphors abound. Last lap, fourth quarter, home stretch, final round. Less in view, an unclouded track, guiding me to the finish line with dignity intact. Up on Monday morning, live at 5 a.m., skipping that phase of sleep called REM. Sipping on morning coffee, her favorite voice calls out, "Mommy, please say hi to me." Fixing a pancake breakfast for her little boy. Stack of bills lies next to his favorite toy. Atop the pile in red, the word unpaid. No sign of the miracle for which she's prayed. Seen movies starring John Wayne, home runs hit by Teddy Ball Game, but the group that merits acclaim, single moms, deserve their own Hall of Fame. remember times past in protest of war. You'd never retreat from ideas you abhor. Now that you've passed the age of threescore, tell me what, oh what, are you still willing to take a risk for? Wind in your face, stones in your shoes. When the blows set you to crying, time to take note of what Eliot wrote. You see, for us,
yes, for us,
there is only the trying. Dylan and Lennon, a strawberry field, virginal soldier, a weapon to wield. Listen, you young knight, you're never to yield. Takes a stray bullet, a drang battlefield. Mickey and Willie, Muhammad Ali. Rules must be broken if we're to be free. I will not step forward, give my belt back to me. Those forces against him, they just couldn't see. Of ideas from so many sources. Walking out the door, donning thinking cap, heading down the pathway to take your final lap, musing along the way on stormy autumn eve. What kind of worthy gift should I attempt to leave? Staring down a falsehood, it's those who are the weak. When confronted by unfairness, they turn the other cheek. Yet when asking the question, what's my legacy? Consider advice from a visionary. For among the great stanzas of poetry, Auden's wise words to humanity: if equal affection cannot be, let the more loving one be me. From daybreak of time, a common refrain: this new generation, they're just not the same. Those honored by Brokaw, they deserve their just due. Yet when sizing up we boomers, we've done our share too. The greatest generation, a debt we owe you. Surviving the Depression, heroic World War II. Yet our contribution, dissimilar in scope, has given oh so many a new sense of hope. Today they're in disarray. Growing up they delay so they can hang out and play. When we was their age, hard work every day. Hey, I was 46 before I bought a toupee. This current generation ain't got no respect, but when you sleep until noon, well, what do you expect? And the music they love, it's the worst I heard yet. Aretha and Elvis, they ain't ever met.
I'll say a little prayer on second thought. I'll say a big prayer for you, Daddy.
As far as real athletes, well, back in the day there was Cousy and Mickey and of course Dr. J. As for these young punks playing ball today, if you give me a choice, I'd rather watch ballet. And to quote a song from back in the day, where have you gone? Say hey.
Where have you gone, Willie Mays? Wait a minute, I thought it was Joe DiMaggio.
Yeah, it should have been Willie. Syllables, you know.
Well, Daddy, my daddy, I've heard every word. Can I share with you something that needs to be heard?
Okay, my daughter, but it better be fast, 'cause I'm meeting my softball team at the first and last.
Okay, my daddy, without further ado.
My name is Mark Carver, and I'm privileged to introduce you to Dan Doyle's play on the life of baseball legend Shoeless Joe Jackson. I happen to be among a group of actors who conducted a staged reading of Shoeless Joe. Trust me, it's a magnificent play, one that will be enjoyed by many in the coming years, and one that will provoke much discussion on important issues. The day after Joe Jackson was acquitted by a jury of his peers, he was, for all practical purposes, executed by the Commissioner of Baseball, the redoubtable Judge Kennesaw Mountain Landis. The play addresses such issues as race, illiteracy, justice, and redemption, and begins with Dan singing a song that has produced about as much joy as any song ever written.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out with the crowd. Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back.
The next song that Dan sings in the play, one of the most revered in our culture, includes a stanza Dan wrote about Shoeless Joe's boyhood and the fact that metaphorically, Joe Jackson's sunshine was baseball.
When I was 14, in Brandon Village, a hanging curveball flew off my bat. Before I touched home, up in the grandstand. My brothers were passing the hat. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine.
Probably no song in American history evokes more passion than Dixie, the third song in the play. When Joe Jackson played, there were 260 major leaguers, 250 from the North and 10 from the South. For Shoeless Joe, who was often victimized by the ill will of the Northern ball players, the song Dixie, which he listened to often, did not evoke memories of the Civil War or racial injustice, but of his boyhood, one during which he was surrounded by people who never made fun of his illiteracy, people who bore him no ill will.
Then I wish I was in Dixie, hooray, hooray. In Dixieland I'll take my stand to live and die in Dixie. Away, away, away down south in Dixie. Away, away, away.